Lots of things influence our thinking, and we are not always aware of the effects of poor learning, it is true. Some of the most harmful things have to be those that turn our hearts cold and formed within us hate that kills potential for life. So for instance, if I hate cancer, which is a sickness that kills, I might be more driven to do something about helping with the cure. But if I hate Billy because he's a whatever, racist, sexist, murderer, I kill my potential to do anything to affect change in Billy's life. So when our hearts have turned cold and have formed hate of self, hate of others for whatever reason, hate of God, we are killing potential for bringing life, wholeness to, or getting life or wholeness from what is hated. Over the past few months, I have had to unlearn quite a bit that I hadn't even realized I'd taken in because those thoughts and ideas weren't producing life in me at all. The point is to be really careful of who or what is teaching, thus discipling you. That is one of the key messages of Yeshua in this parable. Examine you. Are you being taught by what or who produces life or kills the potential for giving or getting life? Your life experiences, unfortunately, are not always good teachers. Social media as a whole, not a good teacher. Unchecked supposed facts from anywhere, usually not good teachers. Listen here to the soundness of these words of the Christ in Luke 6, verses 39 through 49, and see the thread through these verses with the perspective of who or what is discipling you. Verse 39, he also told them a parable. Can the blind guide the blind? Won't they both fall into a pit? A disciple is not above his teacher, but everyone who is fully trained will be like his teacher. Why do you look at the splinter in your brother's eye, but don't notice the beam of wood in your own eye? Or how can you say to your brother, brother, let me take out the splinter that is in your eye, when you yourself don't see the beam of wood in your eye? Hypocrite, first take the beam of wood out of your eye, and then you will see clearly to take out the splinter in your brother's eye. A good tree doesn't produce bad fruit. On the other hand, a bad tree doesn't produce good fruit. For each tree is known by its own fruit. Figs aren't gathered from thorn bushes, or grapes picked from a bramble bush. A good person produces good out of the good stored up in his heart. An evil person produces evil out of the evil stored up in his heart. For his mouth speaks from the overflow of the heart. Why do you call me Lord, Lord, and don't do the things I say? I will show you what someone is like who comes to me, hears my words, and acts on them. He is like a man building a house who dug deep and laid the foundation on the rock. When the flood came, the river crashed against that house and couldn't shake it because it was well built. But the one who hears and does not act is like a man who built a house on the ground without a foundation. The river crashed against it, and immediately it collapsed, and the destruction of that house was great.